Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omomi aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are discussing passport bros going to Africa. Now there's this video of a creator warning passport bros from going to Africa countries to get wives. Now you might wonder, what is a passport bro? Now a passport bro is someone who is a Western citizen, so probably American, Canadian, Australian, British, that goes to other countries apart from the US, Canada, Australia. They go to countries that they deem less developed because they feel like the women there are more accepting and more traditional than the women in their countries. So they go there because of they feel like their currency is strong enough that when they get to the countries, that a little amount of dollars or pounds or Canadian dollars, when exchanged to the currency of the country that they go to, it's enough to take care of things and then splash around and get women that are traditional. Now, she said that she saw a guy saying that he wants to go to Africa to get a wife that he feels that they are more traditional and the rest. And she made this video to kind of explain what goes on in Africa.
So, I saw a video today on TikTok of this young man, African American, saying how he wants to go to Africa to find a wife. And he said all this after watching Tyla, our beautiful sister from South Africa. And he's like, you know what? That's it. We just need to go to Africa to find wives. Audacity. Anyway, me being African, I was raised in Africa and I was also raised in the United States. So I have experience from both continents, okay? And let me tell you something. If you are an American man who thinks that going outside of the United States is where you will find a good woman, a good wife, because American women ask for too much. The ladies out here, man, they're just materialistic. They're Let me tell you something. It is worse. It is 1,000 times worse than what you think back home in Africa. At least for the country that I was raised in and the culture that I was raised in. Because here's the thing. African women, African young girls, we are raised to literally know that the man is the provider. In fact, a lot of African women don't even go to work. Their men are the ones who go to work and just bring the money home for the wife to budget. And if you think the women here in America are asking for too much, in fact, go to Africa. No, go get married. Because the way African young girls are raised, we are raised with so much knowledge about family, friendship, how to deal with lives. So when families in Africa see that their daughters have gone through so much learning and they have become knowledgeable of life and marriage and all those things, they know the value of their daughters. And they say, you know what? Any man cannot come and marry our daughter for free. He has to pay a dowry. And that's why majority of African cultures, before a man goes to take the daughter to marry a woman, he has to pay the family a dowry, an appreciation. And dowry can go from money to cows and goats to even building the girl's family a house. Yes, and it's all to show appreciation to the family of the girl, that thank you so much for raising such a beautiful and wonderful woman who's gonna be the mother of my kids. So, the system works differently. The United States, after living here for almost 10 years, I've realized that here, men just take for free. And I know this might be triggering and or insulting some people, but it's the truth. Men in the United States are used to taking things for free, especially from women. They expect, well, I'm just gonna go date her, have sex with her here and there and use her, and then we'll just be in a relationship. It does not work like that in Africa. It is worse. You cannot take someone's daughter for free like that. You have to impress her and the family, most importantly. And in some cultures, like my own, if you have not proven yourself as a man that you have the resources to take care of someone's daughter, guess what? Even the family has the right to take you to court, to police, and say, we brought this man, he wants to take our daughter for free. Or if you've already taken the daughter without paying the family a dowry, they can say, he stole our daughter from us without any appreciation. And guess who is gonna win the case? The family of the girl. So to any American man or any man worldwide who wants to marry a woman in Africa, use your common sense. You have to be very, very strong in your masculinity to know that I do not expect my wife to work if she doesn't want to. She can or she cannot. My position as the man in her life will not change whether she works or not. My position is to provide for her. So my brother, you want to go to Africa to find a wife because they're much more nicer, let me tell you, they come with the most costly, how do I say this? And this is not like a selling your daughter type of thing. No, the families are not exchanging their children for money and possessions. No, it's simply the man giving to the girl's family in appreciation of receiving a wife. He who finds a wife finds a what? A good thing. Yes. So if you're an American man, because that's all I've seen, and you're used to taking things for free, don't go to Africa. Don't. You will be hunted down like a criminal for stealing someone's daughter. Nonsense.
So, unlike the other countries that passport bros were going to, where they were meeting some particular fates, like they were being unalived, I have a whole video where we discuss all that is going on with passport bros in some other countries. I will leave the link to that video. So unlike those countries that have been known for that recently, African countries are not known for that. But what she tried to explain was that the whole 50-50 thing that some American men or Western men are stipulating or suggesting women do right now is not possible in a lot of African countries, because a lot of us were not raised up with that mentality. The man is supposed to be the provider, the woman is supposed to be the manager and the homemaker. So you come in to think that, oh, you're going to get a traditional wife and then she would do the 50-50, especially in financial responsibility with you. It's impossible. And that's what she was trying to say. She was also trying to explain the concept of bride price and dowry and marriage in most African countries. So it's not a case of just go to court and marry. It's a whole lot of meetings back and forth, bridal rights, paying of bridal price, dowry, paying of other things in conjunction with the bride price, taking care of the family, settling the village people. It's not just the immediate family that the guy is going to settle. There's the extended family, then there's the village people, there's the village people that the guy is going to settle. So it's not as easy as, let's get married. You still have to do a lot of things that a lot of Americans or British people are not kind of used to. So she was trying to explain that in her video. Anyway, a lot of people had things to say about her video and what she tried to explain.
So I saw a video today on TikTok of this young man, African American.
I say this all the time. Y'all want an African woman, but you got to pay the dowry, and then you got to pay another fee for the wife. Y'all can't even give a girl a 4 for 4 or number 1 from Chick-fil-A. So what makes you think that you're going to want to go to Africa or any other country and pay for the wife? And pay for the wife. What in the words of Kevin Gates, what you doing? What you doing? Okay, what you doing? A lot of y'all have this warped sense of reality when, as men, y'all have 50-50. Y'all just want somebody to take half the burden off you financially, which is understandable in a sense because of the times we live in there. But let's be for real. Y'all don't want to do nothing else in the house besides not have to pay all the bills. I'm just saying. But, what do I know? Love y'all, bye.
in Africa. It is worse. You cannot take someone's daughter for free. Like,
respectfully, who gives a fuck, bro? That's where I'm at with it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm so tired of hearing this 50-50 talk situation. Like, all you see up and down the timeline is 50-50 this, 50-50 that. Men should be doing this. Women should be doing that. You see somebody with a podcast clip, guess what they talking about? 50-50. What a man should be doing, what a woman should be doing. It's just like, bro, like CIA really did a number with this one, bro. Like, I can't tell you how I'm so sick of hearing about things that's dividing the black man and black woman, bro. I'm just sick of it all, bro. It's just nonstop black people talking about why they can't commit to each other. I don't want to hear it no more. I'm beat. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Do you ever realize that every time they say a man needs to provide, money is always emphasized? Like, why is characteristics never emphasized? Like, y'all do know that when it comes to providing, there's a lot more stuff than just money, right? Like, does he provide a safe environment? Does he provide emotional intelligence? Does he provide structure? Like, it's a whole bunch of stuff that y'all can emphasize on, but no. People want to emphasize on a man always just coming out of pocket, paying for everything. And it's like, bro, we are in a different time. It's not the 1850s no more. This is a two-income household. Why can't people just get together and do what's best for their situation? I don't understand. And just to be clear, bro, like, I'm not saying I condone 50-50 or if I don't condone 50-50. I don't give a damn. I just want people to stop with this topic. It's doing nothing but dividing us. That's all it's doing. I just think we just put too much emphasis on this whole 50-50 thing, bro. It just now became transactional. Like, what could you provide for me? What could you bring to the table? And it's just like, it's mad shallow. And when inflation taking place, like, it made it worse because now people are really out here looking for help. You know what I'm saying? Now they're really looking for a provider. People struggling. You know, like, it's not even giving people room to even pay attention to characteristics, which I think people should emphasize more on instead of emphasizing on things that really don't matter. All right, how much money you got? It does not matter because you can still deal with a loser with a lot of money. Like, if you pay attention on a man's characteristics, if a man is a true leader, it does not matter what circumstance he is in or whatever situation he's in, he's going to provide no matter what. And providing don't only just mean money. Like, can this man provide a safe environment? Like, even the same thing with protecting. It's always emphasized on fighting. No, a man protecting don't always got to be fighting. Can he protect your feelings? Can you make sure that you feel heard and all these type of things? It's way more stuff than what you just like, oh, money, fighting. Like, huh? I'm just fed up of seeing this topic over and over and over again. Like, this is a different time we are in. I need people to get that idea. This is not the 1850s where you could buy a house for 10 bands or you could get an apartment for $200 and still have money to provide for 5, 6, 7, 8 kids. Like, it's a different time. People not even having kids. Like, it's crazy, bro. But y'all be blessed, man. Please cancel this whole 50-50 talk, bro. Just get with your situation, enjoy it, handle your problems accordingly. Bless. Wish you the best.
so I saw a video today on TikTok of this young man, African American.
I just want to start with saying that's my favorite drink. Second of all, you got a point, girl. You right, and they know I think they need to hear this message, and I approve. I approve of the message, 100%.
And a good wife, because American women ask for too much. The ladies out here, man, they're just materialistic.
Let me start off. No hate to this creator at all. I just genuinely think she hasn't been in the U.S. in a minute. She probably don't understand. She missed out on a lot. But most men in America, we just want something simple. I'm married to a Trinidadian, so I'm straight. So I ain't tripping. Now, but let's really get into this because I don't think you understand the pay between Africans and Americans and the cost of living. Like, I genuinely think you don't. So let's get into this. So $1 equals 18.9 Rubens. Whatever, I don't know, czars, what they call. I genuinely don't know what they call. But it's still more than what you think. Now, let's go to this. The average paycheck for a man in America is $63,000 a year, yearly. Cool. The average paycheck for a man in Africa is only $9,000. These are both U.S. I just need y'all to understand. I didn't mess up no math. So, do you see that converted to what y'all make? Okay, then. This is converted we're in two different tax brackets as it is. So you really can't say we can't afford what y'all want, or we can't buy y'all a house or anything. So that's already. So the average price in America for a home is damn near triple what y'all pay in Africa. Y'all don't do that. Don't do that. Don't make it seem like American men are just cheap. I go on to say this. American men aren't cheap. We don't just pick and choose what we want to do. We just don't want to waste our time and then knowing that it costs too much to live in America. But also, you did come with some good points. African women mostly come to learn. They learn how to be wives, they learn how to be mothers, they learn how to cook, they learn how to clean. They already know these things. I can barely ask a woman at work how to cook something and they don't know shit. And they're cooks. I just don't feel like you really understand. Men want to be the primary head of the household. They don't want their woman to work. No man genuinely wants their woman to work. That's what at least I think. But in the economy in America, the only way you can survive is when two people come in together and put their paychecks together. And even then, they can barely make it by. Groceries expensive, gas expensive. I just looked on Instagram yesterday. Deodorant's $8. Bro, it costs to smell good even more now. It's tragic. America's falling. That's the truth view of it. I'm gonna say this again. No hate to this creator. I just genuinely think she hasn't been in the US in a minute and she probably doesn't understand about what's really going on. I'm not in the US no more, but I still see what's going on and I still have to hear it. I have family. But now I'm understanding, because when you live outside the US, you understand so much more clear. Because even in Japan, everything's it just smells better. You just feel more comfortable. In the US, you just feel like you have to work, slave, sleep. That's all you feel like you can really genuinely do. You don't feel like you really can go party. You don't feel like you can really make a family. Most of my generation don't want to have kids for this reason. Now that we have all came to this conclusion, I would like to hear your rebuttal. I'm genuinely curious of how you would see it now.
Let me tell you something. It is worse. It is 1,000.
It makes me madder every day that y'all really took me from Africa. Like every day I find a new reason to be angry about it.
It is 1,000 times worse than what you think back home in Africa. At least for...
This is so true. I was just talking to my friend about this, y'all. The men over here in America, they will get mad when you say, oh, you're supposed to be the provider. They literally get mad when you expect a woman to live a soft life. Other cultures understand that the man is supposed to be the provider. The only people who don't understand this concept is the ones in America. It's really a problem. And I'm not saying as a woman that you should not have your own money and that you should just be broke. That's not what I'm saying, because divorces happen, things happen. Sometimes you get into relationships with abusive men. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that for the most part, he's supposed to be the one taking care of you, not the other way around. Get rid of this 50-50 mindset.
Years, I've realized that here, men just take for free.
I tell my clients this all the time, even when you're just dating casually. The rule back home is if you're man enough to sleep with her, you're man enough to take care of her, period. It doesn't matter if you are the biggest bum of the bum society. You will figure out a way to keep her hair up, her nails up, her clothes, whatever little tiny thing she needs, because you're sleeping with her. You don't even get to the point of getting to meet her parents, to ask for her hand in marriage, and then paying a dowry unless you have done and provided in some way, shape, or form. That's just the way it goes. And young girls in poverty will date older men because their needs are greater. So they need more provided for them. This dating culture here is very weird to me.
Video today on TikTok of this young man, African American, saying how
I'm stitching the video now. I didn't duetted her, and I done reposted that video. Please watch that entire video because it's so good. I was just speaking about this today on my Snapchat. about how African American women are raised. Some of us, not all of us, some of us have been raised in a sense of having no expectancy when it comes to a man to take care of. A lot of us seen our mothers take on that role of bringing home the bread, making sure the house was secure and safe, making sure that the kids were good, making sure she was good. We saw that a lot growing up. Now, I'm not saying that that's what everybody saw. I'm not. But I'm saying that a majority of Black women probably today have seen that in their lifetime. So when I hear stuff like this from foreign women and women of different countries, it's not like to me, because that's what their fathers teach them. That's what their fathers instill in them. That's what their fathers put the expectancy on top of them to let them know that, hey, if a man comes here for you, I expect him as your father that he's going to take care of you. He's going to make sure that you're safe. He's going to make sure that your home is safe. He's going to make sure that y'all financially secured. He's going to make sure of these things. And man, when she said African American man take for free from Black women, I felt that in my toes tingling. I felt every bit of it because she ain't lie. She ain't lie. Black men, I'm not even about to be on here bashing my Black men. I'm not. But a lot of the Black men who I've encountered in my life, shit, damn near every Black man that I've encountered in my life have come to take something. And can I say that they've all given something in return? I ain't here to talk about them today. I'm going to talk about somebody else. But I will say that she ain't lying. She didn't lie in that video. She ain't perp. You didn't make me feel the ways, baby girl. You have enlightened us. Yes. Because they think they can run to these other countries and you're going to run right into somebody's father telling you, hey, this is what you got to do to make sure that you can have my daughter. And it kind of makes me, I'm not, but a little small piece of human of me, it makes me envious. It makes me jealous that these women have had men in their lives to make sure that they're not just running off with anybody. To make sure that when you come correct. And it's a lot of men here in the United States that has not come correct to our fathers. And that's because a lot of us don't know our fathers. And for the ones that do know their fathers, it's almost like, why even bring somebody to you? You ain't been in my life. What can you tell me about a man that I need to hear from you and this, that, and the, like, you ain't been there. So what game can you tell me about a man? Whoo, this subject is, I wanna really talk about this shit because it's real. It's real. I'm glad somebody said it.
So, I saw a video today on TikTok of this young man, African American.
Please go watch the full video of that creator. I watched it with my jaw wide open because I overstand that video. Being that I'm also West African first generation. My parents came here in the 80s from West Africa, from Sierra Leone. And I do speak the language. So it was very traditional in my household. And my current husband's from the Caribbean, from Jamaica. And baby, when I say they gave him a hard time, my God, they gave him a hard time being with me because, you know, we were young college students, didn't really have no money. My parents were like, he doesn't have the resources to take care of you. I had to fight tooth and nail to be with my current husband that I am today. My mom, there was this one joke she made, to this day lives in my mind rent free, but she's chewing her words today because, you know, my husband stepped up. But he used to work at a bakery when we were in college. And my mom said, Nabila, you were the one who is rolling the dough, not making the dough. From that day, I was like, yo. When I say they had to chew them words up, they don't say nothing now. Because he provides and he does everything that he needs to do for me. I do have the option of working or not. Working helps because this economy is incredibly expensive. You know, he's not rich and balling out of control. You know what I mean? Because my parents wanted me to marry wealthy. That's just, you know, that's tradition. You know, my husband didn't have to pay a dowry for me. I was the rebel of the family. Me the rebel, okay? I ran off to go be. I did everything that was non-traditional, even down to how I got married. I eloped. I'm across the country. What my parents gonna do? I was scared, but everyone knew I was pretty much a renegade and very non-traditional in how I do things. But yeah, what she's saying is incredibly true. You know, I'm thankful for the man that I have today, but just trust me, it was no easy feat. We grew together to the fact that I was just telling him the other day, I was like, Daddy, we've been together 11 years, bro. A bunch of wild and crazy college students. But if you ever ask him, he'll tell you, like, yeah, her parents ain't give me not even the slightest grace. They were so difficult. It's now we're at a decent relationship where they're like, okay, he's doing well for himself. He's taking care of our daughter. We're good. We're at peace. But baby, difficult. Sister not tell one lie at all, not tell one lie at all. Wait, come on, I'm marriage side date. Jesus Christ of all the Nazareth. It's no easy feat. Marry an African woman? Even here in this America. This one, no easy. It's not easy at all. My house, it was so crazy. Like, even in my home, it was like little Africa. I couldn't even speak English at home. Like, I could, obviously, but my mom made sure that we learned the language and instilled the traditions. It was hardcore in my house. But make a long story short, rant done. Please go check that creators video because it could not be more true, more honest. Yeah, that 50-50 thing, that's a very United States thing. Outside, going to Africa, oh, they not going for none of that. No. What did Hall & Oates say? Oh, I can't go for that. No can do.
We are raised to literally know that the man is the provider.
Hey, what's up, shorty? This is for you specifically, the girl who made this video. And to anyone else, I put the duet thing on there so you can easily hit it to see what it's basically about in a nutshell. She's basically saying that American men think that it's good to go over to Africa to find wives because they're not really materialistic and all of these things, and they don't do the things that American women does and all of these other things. She also goes on to say that, what did she say? That African women are raised to look for men that will take care of them. And that's primarily with any woman in any country, to be honest with you. However, you're getting it misconstrued. And what I mean by that is simple. It's simple. It's like this. We don't care about that. And we actually look for the fact that you were raised for certain things. But extremities doesn't come with it. The extremities such as the back talking and a lot of things your African women were raised to do was to listen to your man and not talk back and do a whole bunch of other bullshit that some American women do. And me personally, I'm not with the whole leaving to find somebody. Love come anyway. It can drop out the sky. You can get hit with that shit at any minute. So it's not about the country. It's about the person. So I wish you people would stop thinking if you go somewhere and this is going to be it. I tell you like this, all that passport brother and all that stuff, look, they do whatever they want to do, however they want to do it. I don't knock no man because men do different things for different reasons. Whatever their reasons are, they're their reasons. But at the end of the day, it's nothing like being where you're from with the people who you're with. And that's the best way I could sum it up. So, shorty, all I'm doing is saying to you is the reason why they're going to there is because you guys are also raised to shut up and don't run your mouth and think that you can do everything that a man can do.
You will be hunted down like a criminal for stealing someone's daughter.
Please listen to her entire video. She's beautiful, her message is beautiful, and it pretty much makes the message clear, not just for African women, but for all women. All women need to hear this.
African American saying how he wants to go to Africa to find a wife.
Let me tell y'all something. This is so true. Everything that she's saying is accurate, and I would know because my husband is Nigerian, in case you don't know. Hi. But yeah, those African ladies, they don't play no games. You have to go through their families first to even and get permission from their families to even marry them. And then there's a criteria. Depending on the tribe, some tribes you have to pay. You have to pay to marry the bride. And it ain't cheap. When y'all be thinking, oh, American women is wanting too much, this, that, and the third, baby, good luck. And not just African cultures, there are other cultures as well that does the same exact thing. You have to pay their families to marry them. So more of the story, y'all men need to get on y'all ish. Y'all need to be natural providers, point blank, period. Okay, thank you.
An American saying how he wants to go to Africa to find a wife.
Okay, before I start this video, I just want to tell that creator she is so pretty. Her skin color, her full lips, and her eyes, she's so pretty. And I need y'all to go watch what she's saying because I wanted to speak on something. I just wanted to add on something to what that creator was saying. And it's not even so much that it's worse, like, you know, trying to date an African woman is worse because of what you have to prove. It's just the fact that the people in her country are still culturally intact, meaning that there is a cultural disconnect in America, especially in the realm of relationships. For lack of a better word or lack of a better term, a lot of us in America are brainwashed, okay? A lot of us are brainwashed and we are living backwards. We think certain things are supposed to be certain way, but we have no real culture and value and no real like bottom line. Like we don't have real community. Like some people have created their communities, but as a whole, we don't have real community and we don't take family important as other cultures and other people in other countries do. Just like, for example, if you ever watched that movie From Scratch and you guys remember Lino, the guy, the Italian guy, and his family, you know, a lot of people probably thought that his dad was racist, and maybe he was, but I caught it as like, don't marry this American because they don't take family serious, and we take family very serious here. You know what I mean? And it's like, he like the divorce rate is so high because people don't get married for the right reasons. And what she's describing in that video about what it takes to marry a woman in Africa, it's not just in her culture in Africa, it's in other cultures too. The problem in America with the African American community is that there's so many broken homes and there's still so many people living under the ruling of the oppressor that we don't understand the value of the woman, and we don't understand the value of family, and we don't understand the value of marriage and the value of structure, because in America, people think marriage is just business. People don't even look at the spiritual components of marriage anymore. It's just like when I'm an entrepreneur, but when I'm not doing entrepreneurial things, I do Instacart, and something as simple as I've done grocery shopping in Asian markets and Mexican markets and even Middle Eastern and Indian markets, and I have yet to see an African market. And when I say market, I'm not talking incense and oils. I'm talking about food that are indigenous to African and countries in Africa. So when I say African, I mean like Nigerian foods or crops or just things that they have and they eat. We don't have that in LA. I hope that makes sense because I'm trying to hurry up this video and do the start stop. But basically what I'm saying is that we don't have an indigenous blueprint in LA for African Americans because we're so disconnected, which is why a lot of people think that dating or being with someone outside of who we are is better. And like she said, is worse. And like I'm saying, like to debunk the word worse, I don't think it's worse. It's just that in her country, they stand and own business. And in America, we don't stand on business when it comes to family. We don't. And as you can see, everything that's going on in this world right now, and I don't have to bring it up because TikTok has done a great job at, you know, discussing everything that's going on right now. Y'all, this patriarchal mindset and the oppressors and the powers that be that have brainwashed this whole world is obviously not working, okay? Because people are living backwards. So to summarize this up, and hopefully I'm making sense on this because I feel like my thoughts are just everywhere, and I really just want to speak to what she was saying and expand on what she was saying. There's just a cultural disconnect. There's a cultural disconnect. There's a relational disconnect, and there is no like sense of worth and value in the American like family and household, and people don't get married and fall in love for the right reasons. And then, you know, when you don't do it for the right reasons, you expecting something when it's like that ain't how it's supposed to go. Okay? So yeah, I would just call it like a cultural disconnect. That's what it is. I would say that a lot of us are brainwashed and there's a cultural disconnect. And until we create communities and heal and love ourselves and get to know who ourselves is, what am I talking about? Get to know
who we are as people and love on ourselves so we can love on each other, there's going to continuously be a cultural disconnect. And like she said, see, in her country, you can go to jail for trying to take somebody away from their family, okay, and not upholding your values and stuff. If we took family a little more serious here instead of all that other stuff they're trying to take serious here, that don't matter, this country will be way better. But when you still land and try to enforce your own rules and regulations on land that is not indigenous to you, I mean, what do you expect?
It is worse. It is 1,000 times worse than what you think back home.
Oh, yeah. Go and watch that creator's video because she is 100% right. If you think that going to Africa and picking up a girl there, well, they're going to be more domesticated, they're going to submit to you, go and find out. You'll find out. All that submissiveness and all of that, it all comes with a price. We don't go 50-50, baby. If you approach my parents with no means of being able to take care of me and all of that, it's not going to work out. They're going to decline you. That's why we had to pay bride prices, okay? There is so much value in being a woman. Our parents train us in a certain way to be submissive to our husbands. Therefore, our husbands have to be the providers. We don't provide. Our husbands do that.
Now, I checked the comment section of our video and I saw quite a lot of Africans agreeing with what she said, and as a Nigerian, I agree with what she said. Everything she said was the truth. There was no lie. Bride price, bridal rights is very, very important. In fact, in some cultures, in some tribes, the more educated the bride is, the more money that you have to pay for bride price. So if the girl has a bachelor's degree, there's a certain amount. If the girl has a master's degree, there's a certain amount. If she has a PhD, the money is going to be plenty. If she's maybe a doctor, nurse, pharmacist, or engineer, lawyer, you're gonna pay. It's not just, yeah, I want to marry your daughter. Nah. That's not how it is. And it's not like they're selling their child. They just want to know that you can afford to provide for their child, and you can afford to take care of the child. Now, some people in the comment section were also saying some things that occur in their culture, like, for instance, if a woman gives birth to a child or children for a man and he has not paid her bride price, the children are not regarded as the man's own. The children are actually regarded as for the bride or the girl's family. So if he doesn't pay the bride price, dowry, on the certificate, birth certificate, is the last name of the father of the girl that will be there. Every other document is the last name of the father. When you are ready to pay the bride price and say, okay, I'm taking this person as my wife, that's when they will not start doing change of name. But if he refuses to pay the bride price, there's nothing for him. He can never claim those children or claim any child that she has given birth to, because it's the name of the father of the girl that the child will officially go by. So that kind of cut a lot of baby mama, baby daddy kind of drama, but it is what it is. Also, in the comment section, there was a lady who is a Black American. She said she's married to an African. She was not like, oh, that they did not do bride price, they did not give her family bride price and everything. And some people were like, oh, that the husband has to give the family a family bride price or something, that he has to do it. And some other people were like, it's not in the culture of Black Americans to do that. But some people also came back with the rebuttal that according to tradition, if he did not do that, it's like he's not married to the lady. And if, God forbid, something happens, some of the family members will think like that they are not married. They will actually say they are not married because there was no exchange of anything, there was no traditional rights done, and that could cause a lot of problems later on. So they advised her that she should tell her husband to go and do something according to his tradition. She said she's going to ask her husband to do it or something like that. Anyway, that's just by the wayside. Personally, when I first heard of this whole 50-50 thing, I was like, I don't understand. What does that mean? Because like I said, I'm Nigerian. It was strange to me. And then I heard of you go for dates and the guy will be expecting the girl to pay half of the meal and for half of the meal and drinks. And I'm like, where did that one start? It is strange. Even going to parties that you're invited to and the person expects you to pay for your meal is strange to most Africans, or strange to me as a Nigerian. So personally, I agree with what she said. She's not lying. 50-50 doesn't really work in Nigeria. It doesn't work in a lot of African countries. Now, one of the guys that responded to her, it was talking about the average salary of an American and average salary of an African in an African country, which that stats is way off, way off for the African countries, because there are a lot of countries that the average earning power for a year is way less than what you put up, but that is by the wayside. Anyway, Joy was talking about the fact that that an American will be earning 65,000 blah 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 dollars and the rest. So, and then also talk about the exchange rate, which he's right. Like for Nigeria, $1 is about 1,200 naira. So $10,000 is about 12 billion, which is a lot of money. But the fact is, weddings in Nigeria or in some African countries are very expensive. Now, like I said, the whole bridal rites and all that is done. There is a list of things that the guy is supposed to do, the guy is supposed to bring. And like I said, it's not just the immediate family that is going to satisfy. It's going to satisfy the extended family, it's going to satisfy the village. Like there are some cultures where you would give money and gifts and so many things to the elderly women in the village, elderly men in the village, the youth in the village. You are supposed to even do the traditional wedding in the village. You bring a lot of things. You can some people bring things, materials, drinks, so many food, bag of rice, fruits, so many things. So it's not as cheap as they thought. Depending on the status of the family, the girl's family, status of the girl, if the family has the financial means to support you or want to support the wedding, you could spend between 3 million naira to over 100 million naira for a wedding. I'm talking about Nigerians. And the Nigerian wedding is the ceremony, because we have different parts to the wedding before they say, you are finally legally married. So we have the introduction. We have the introduction is where both parents and families meet, and then they also discuss about the traditional wedding and the bridal rights and the bride price and everything. That is one. The second one is the traditional wedding, where you're supposed to do all the things, bring all the things. You must see it. If they tell you to bring 10 bags of rice, you bring it. Most times you have to you can negotiate, but you bring it. 10 cows, you bring it. 100 cows, you have to bring it, because if not, the daughter is not going anywhere with you. So after the traditional wedding, there's the court wedding to make it legal, because it is where the paper is. So you need to do the court wedding. Then if you're a Christian, you do the church wedding. Not compulsory, some people just do blessing, but then again, it's the norm to do the church wedding. Or if you are a Muslim, you do nikah, which is their own version of the church wedding. So that is a lot, and it costs a lot to do everything. So the guy talking about an average American earning $60,000 per annum. You might find out that half of that money you are using it on the wedding preparation and the wedding itself. Another thing is that most times, if you're going to marry an African woman, most times they might not want to stay in their home country, because technically they married and they're supposed to move to your country, as the wife is leaving her father's house to go to her husband's house. So they would want to relocate with you to back to the US, Canada, UK, whatever. And when they get there, they are not going to work immediately. First of all, legally they might not be able to work immediately, and most times they might not want to work immediately, so you might not see them do 9 to 5. And as some people will say, in the US, a 2-income household is better than a 1-income household. But bringing them from Africa is not, they are not automatically going to be absorbed into the workforce, so, and they expect to be taken care of. So if that is your mindset, you might be in for a rude shock. The only way where it might work for people thinking about getting wives from African countries is if they do like what they were doing in other countries that they are going to, that's the passport bros, where they live in the country of the wife and they probably have a remote job or expatriate job or something, and they're earning a lot. So you might be willing to relocate to your wife's country, but you need to have money, because you cannot come and be a burden. You need to have money, you need to have source of income, because she's not going to take care of you and take care of the house. It's not possible. So that's basically all about the whole passport bro coming to African countries to get traditional wife. Think about it well, let me just say that. The passport bros that are thinking about it should think about it well and have a backup plan and have plans, and have savings, because it's not going to be as cheap as you think because of the exchange rate. Anyway, traders, my thoughts about this whole discussion, the passport bros and people thinking that they can go to African countries and marry wives and then start doing 50-50. It doesn't work like that. Or think that it's so easy to marry African ladies and then their life will be at peace, they will be better off than African American or American women or British women, whatever. Please think very well before trying that out. Anyway, that's what I think about this whole topic. What do you guys think about passport bros going to African countries to get wives? Do you think that the original creator that made the video to tell the passport bros how things are going on in Africa, did she say anything that interested you or was outrageous to you? I would love to hear your thoughts about the whole topic and what you might have learned about African marriage culture in this video. So please leave your comments in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.